Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Nava akarehi indriyani tikkani bhavanti iti. Dear friends in Dhamma, so we discussed yesterday about 3 methods how one can sharpen our spiritual faculties. So spiritual faculties are 5 in numbers. Saddha, Viriya, Sati, Samadhi, Panya. Saddha is the faith, Viriya, the effort, Sati, mindfulness, Samadhi, concentration, and Panya, the wisdom. Now these are the qualities that we are trying to develop. And sometimes we are talking like I'm doing mindfulness meditation, mindfulness practice, but not just the mindfulness, but few others we have to take care of. Mindfulness may be the main focus, true, but with the development of mindfulness, say the concentration has to develop. Your collectedness of the mind has to happen. And once it is available, you can't just stop there by simply enjoying a blissful state of mind. Rather, you have to start investigation so that experiential knowledge, clear comprehension, understanding has to happen, as we discussed even today morning. Kind of a seed of wisdom has to develop, has to cultivate. And then we can say, okay, even wisdom is now developing. So continuously you have to have faith. So if you don't have faith, when things go wrong, you simply give up. Say you are expecting a lot of quick results, and if you don't have faith, when you are not getting quick results, then also you give up. But on the other hand, assume that you have a lot of faith, a lot of trust. And even though you don't have results, you still continue. So that's why these qualities have a real major task in that sense. So therefore faith is one prerequisite or something that we have to have developing. As we discussed yesterday, at the beginning what we have is some sort of a faith which is not really founded on real facts. But later, you may have your own experience, then your faith is well grounded, based on real facts, solid facts, concrete facts. And on the other hand, then it is verifiable. You know for yourself. It is not mere by belief, but you know for yourself. Yes, it is true. And effort, have to have continuously. It is not 100 meters. It is not 200 meters. It's like a marathon. It's a long-term journey. That's why it may take time. So we have to have a lot of patience. So sometimes we are talking, say some advanced topics, so that say beginners might feel, so when am I going to have this kind of thing? I can't just keep my mind on breath still, on couple of breaths I can't keep. So how to achieve these kind of things? Don't get discouraged. These are not things that we are doing within months or 2 months, something like that. But these are lifetime experiences that we are targeting. So the meditation at the beginning is simply another activity of your life. But later it becomes your life. It has to. Say for example, at the beginning you are participating to Kalalgoda retreat. It's another event of your life. But later, so once you are developing yourself, so while at home you have to practice. While at your working place you have to practice. While on the road you have to practice. While being in the queue you have to practice. So no place that you can discard your practice. Rather, everywhere you have to remember, okay, I have to watch my mind. Watch what's going on. So the continuous effort, reminding, okay, whatever the arisen defilements, unwholesome factors, I have to abandon. And have to maintain some kind of a skillful means so that new agitations, new defilements, new provocations may not happen. You are keeping yourself calm as much as possible. On the other hand, if not enough mindfulness is available, then you have to develop. Not enough concentration is available, you have to develop. Not enough wisdom is available, you have to develop. So the continuous effort to develop what is necessary, what is wholesome. So that is effort again. And what you have developed, that you have to retain, you have to protect. You have to further continue. You have to make it to the fulfillment, completion. Another level of effort. So the effort is something continuously available, has to have. And again, it has to be properly balanced while you are doing your practice. Say at the beginning, to minimize distractions, say you have a lot of effort, so that you are keeping your attention with breath or whatever the primary object. Maybe assume that you are fairly successful, then you can reduce your effort. No need to struggle now. Rather, you can allow things to happen smoothly. So that means you have to balance your effort. And mindfulness has to have every time. That is the observation part. It does the monitoring part. It monitors what's really going on. Whether the faith is too much or whether the wisdom is too much. Whether the faith is not enough or the wisdom is not enough. Whether the effort is too much or the concentration is too much. Or whether the effort is less or concentration is less. So you have to do this proper balancing of faculties. So the monitoring part is done by mindfulness. So that's why every time having mindfulness in the forefront, not concentration, not effort, not faith, not wisdom, but mindfulness. So it also evolved, as we discussed just now, purposely effortful, energetic kind of mindfulness at the beginning. But maybe later, less energetic, calm, quiet, passive kind of mindfulness. Maybe even later, okay, you have mindfulness. You don't need to worry. It's there. Awareness. Inherent quality. You are able to touch that. You are able to be with it. Living with it. So each and every faculty is not something fixed. Each and every faculty evolving. What you experienced several years ago is not something you are experiencing today. Your faith, say a few years ago, is not the same faith now you are experiencing today. Effort you had several years ago is not the same effort that you are using today. Same thing for mindfulness. Same thing for concentration. Concentration also evolved. Say for example, at the beginning you want to concentrate on breathing. Now you can continuously pay attention to several breaths. 20 breaths, 50 breaths, 100 breaths. While walking, each and every foot you can maintain attention. Fair amount of concentration, focused attention. Carefully focusing each and every step. Different feelings, each and every feeling you are carefully paying your attention. Different thoughts, each and every thought you are carefully, distinctly recognizing. Fair amount of concentration. Maybe later, so you have clarity of mind. You don't need to too much sharpen the concentration or go to deep concentrations. So you may understand, if I get too deep concentration, then no say raw material for vipassana. You are simply keeping the mind and no thoughts are coming for many hours. So how you know that whether you are still prone to lust, still prone to aversion, still prone to jealousy? How you know? Mind is blank, very much like unconscious. Too much concentration. Then you need to come back to the natural awareness. Okay, just no need to have deep concentrations. Just allow mind to wander, no problem. You are not shaken by that. Sati bala. Pamade na kampatiti sati bala. Even when mind is unmindful, not to worry. You know how to tackle it. You have your confidence based upon your own practice. By wandering, you understand, okay, this fellow is still like that kind of a thought. Still he has this kind of a trait, this kind of a tendency available in the mind. By observing your own, say, mind, different thoughts, what kind of thoughts frequently this mind thinks? Are they about lust, lustful kind of things, too much greedy thoughts, or too many aversive thoughts? Or maybe thinking about a particular person, even after coming to Kalalgoda, you are thinking about a particular person, criticizing him, condemning him. Isn't it possible? So you are here. Someone has done something to you. Even you are here, you are thinking about him. Still measuring how he did that. He shouldn't have done that. He should be nice to me. He should have thought about me. He should have respected me. Someone has done something maybe a few days ago. Still you are harboring thoughts about him, measuring him, thinking about him. Or maybe the opposite. Say you have kind of an affair with someone. You are here, but you have some loving thoughts about him, loving thoughts about her. Maybe about your son, your daughter. Same thing. You are here, but thoughts about a person. So maybe due to greed, maybe due to attachment, maybe due to hatred, maybe due to conceit. Many things. So likewise, so we have to look at how our own mind is operating. How is it behaving? So in order to recognize that, you have to allow it to play. Then only you can understand, okay, this fellow is like this. He is doing like this. He is behaving like this. So if it is not doing that, if it is really tamed, calm, quiet, no defilements for a long time, even without too much concentration, you are simply allowing it to do whatever it likes, but it is calm, quiet, no defilements, very smooth, no burning. Well, good. But can't still assure. So immediately the next adjacent garage, they make huge noise. How these people are doing this time, this much of noise? Didn't I mention them that this time is the Dhamma sermon time? My meditation time? So you can't guarantee. Still the provocation can happen. So people can come and provocate you. You should come on this day to punish them, to chase them out. So they are sending you a WhatsApp message. You should participate on this protest. People can provocate us. So you are quiet, calm while at Kalalgoda, but on the way you get the message, you again get excited, agitated, provocated. So we have to see how still mind is reacting. So kind of a very honest, humble, say deep, penetrative kind of a wisdom have to have. Continuous observation, continuous investigation about own way of operation happen in the mind. Now, so here we discuss 9 things mentioned in the Visuddhimagga, how to further sharpen the faculties. Uppannuppannalam sankharanam kayameva passati. So we discussed yesterday. So when you understand arising and passing away of different phenomena, in order to further sharpen the faculties, now you pay more attention towards the passing away side. How things quickly disappear. How things quickly fade away. Passing away. So you are more concerned about it, more sharply, clearly keeping an eye about it. Passing away side. Then Sakkacca kiriyaya sampadeti. You are working properly. Means, say you take care of things, you are preparing the ground properly, preparing yourself, you are maintaining yourself properly. So you have your bath and had a meal properly and get up early, participate in the proper schedule, following the schedule, not spoiling yourself, not getting for distractions. Because now you are a meditator. You came here to meditate. So you are not allowing your mind to get exposed to unnecessary things. So you are protecting yourself, taking care of yourself. And say you are going to the walking path, it's very clean and everything is in proper order. Now you can do it properly, doing it wholeheartedly. Then the third thing, sakacca kiriyaya sampadeti. Perseveringly, I mean that means consistently you are doing it. Today you did it, tomorrow you did it. Now you are not giving up till you achieve it, continuing it, maintaining the schedule. So at the beginning it is necessary, because kind of a driving is there at the beginning, because ourselves typically quite lethargic, not enough energy. You have enough energy for several days, after that give up, forgets it. But continuation, perseverance, consistency is another factor. So Buddha, maybe this is the commentator mentioned here, that has to have, so that you have continuous improvement. It is not that in the way that you give up after some development or after some practice you are giving up, rather you continue for long time. Now we can get on to the fourth one, sappaya kiriyaya sampadeti. Now you know what is suitable. Say for example, there are many meditation techniques. So typically we recommend, say some few ones. Say you practice walking meditation, you practice anapanasati, you practice rising and falling. So these are kind of common techniques, mostly suitable for many people. So that's why these things are recommended. So most of the time one of them will work. That's why those are recommended. But say as you continue, you understand, okay, rising and falling doesn't work for me, but anapanasati is working. So you yourself have to experiment and see. Then you can discard, okay, rising and falling is not necessary. Now I can capable of watching each and every breath. Let me be with it now. Let me go further towards that. Assume that you tried anapanasati for several months, didn't work. Suppose now you change to rising and falling. It works. Say, for example, everything calm down, no headaches, no any complexities, everything is happening smoothly. No problem. Then you stick to that. No need to switch back to anapanasati. Say now you are able to even get different other sensations, different movements, maybe vibrations throughout the body. Now you can distinctly recognize them. Good. Now you can continue in that path. Now proper understanding of the meditation technique. Say you do walking meditation. At the beginning, say left and right. I mean, you can't say it is really inside meditation, but just the establishment of mindfulness. But later, slowly, say you don't need to say left and right, but now you can be with the sensation, be with various element characteristics. You can retrieve different element characteristics. You can be with it. So while being there, suppose now your mind is interested about different feelings, different, say, pleasurable feelings, neutral feelings most of the time. Now it is attuned towards feelings. Good. So you recognize it. So proper understanding of the meditation technique, doing it properly, and finding out the suitable object. And even, say, during your meditation session, say you tried early morning session, maybe after the breakfast, maybe just before your lunch, maybe after the lunch, maybe in the evening, maybe at night. So which one is more working for you? That you have to experimentally find out. It may not every time is suitable. Accordingly, you have to adjust your timetable. In the sense, suppose you are a working person, you are a housewife, lot of work is there. So how to adjust your timetable so that it is more fruitful? So you have to work out more suitable timetable. Assume that just after lunch you are feeling drowsy, not suitable. Then you can take some other activities more, where a lot of activities are there. Say as a housewife, say you do those work at that time. Then you are taking, say, evening time. Good, everything's fine, not heavy stomach, digestion has happened and energetic, meditation happening well. So you are recognizing what is more suitable for me. Proper time, more suitable for meditation. Say early morning. Some people, they find quite interesting, say around 3:30 something. Say starting with a walk and quite silent environment, and you feel quite refreshed. No issues in the mind. You are born like a new person. Sometimes pretty good. So you have to work out your own suitable timetable. And maybe what are the suitable places that you have to associate. So when you are, assume that you are going through too much news, not suitable. Definitely you will come up with a lot of hate, agitation, many issues. So what is more conducive to maintain our healthy mind? So what are the things that I am looking? Who are the people now I am associating? Who is encouraging my practice? Or who is really discouraging me? I need to find it out. So there are people who are not really appreciating the practice. They are, say, blaming Dhamma, blaming Sangha, criticizing and simply condemning the practice. Many things are there. So if I am associating them, so I also feel unfaithful. I have a lot of doubts now. So when you sit, you feel little uneasy. Will it work or not work? Is the method correct or is it wrong? So you have a lot of doubts, vichikiccha. But on the other hand, say another person is doing the same thing and he has gone somewhat far and he is encouraging you. Don't worry, just do it. I also did the same way. At the beginning didn't work, but slowly it started working. So likewise he is sharing, he is encouraging and giving you a lot of say effort and pumping you a lot of good energy. So can associate. You can feel actually while through your association with many people, you can feel who is really energetic, who is really, while being with them you feel quite calm, happy, ready to practice. On the other time, certain other people, they even consume your own energy. They spoil the mind. We need to recognize who are the people suitable to associate. So likewise, so recognizing the suitable environment, suitable time, suitable food even. Certain foods are quite heavy. So you only have time just after lunch. That's the only time you have. You have a lot of work other time. So if you have a heavy meal, then definitely you will sleep. So accordingly, you need to find out what are the suitable food which is good for the practice. And again, certain food actually damage your health and maybe too much cholesterol, many things are there. So you need to find out suitable food. So likewise, understanding all these different suitable time, meditation technique, suitable people, suitable food. So all these are certain concern that when we are developing further in the spiritual faculties. Then another interesting point, bojjhanganancha anupawattanataya. So that is again coming to the balancing. You know 7 enlightenment factors. Sati, Dhammavicaya, Viriya, Piti, Passaddi, Samadhi, Upekha. How many faculties? 5. We had 5 faculties. How many bala, powers? 5. Same thing proved or improved to power. Previously we had faculties. That means you can aware, okay, this is available as a faith, as a effort, as a mindfulness, as concentration, as wisdom. So different spiritual qualities. Sometimes each one of them can come forward. They are playing the leading role. Maybe when it comes to the bala, power level, so you understand, okay, I have fair amount of mindfulness now. Even when mind go wrong or unmindful, you are still not bothered. You are not shaken. You know, you trust yourself. You trust your skill, your own skill, your own mindfulness. You trust, but at the moment it is not mindful. That means you have got of confidence. I can quickly recover. Unshakability. When it comes to Bojjhanga, now we are talking 7 terms, 7 qualities. On top of that is Sati. Now we have 3 groups. Sati holding one group, doing the whole monitoring task. So Buddha mentioned it has to be available every time. But other 2 groups are operating differently. Dhammavicaya, Viriya, Piti. So they are means investigation, effort and rapture. So they are somewhat energetic. On the other hand, Passaddi, Samadhi, Upekha, tranquility, concentration and equanimity. They are very much like calming down, little lethargic, calming down side. Now you need to find out, so what is the state of mind right now? Is it too energetic? Is it going to agitate? Thinking too much? Too many thoughts? Restless? Then what are you going to do? If it is restless, if it going through a lot of thoughts, if you feel agitated, so what are you going to do? So we have to stop investigation. You are not trying to look at too much detail, rather you have to calm down. Just wait, rest for a while, calm down. How to tranquilize the mind. How to develop a little bit of maybe concentration, maybe you can do a little bit of metta, maybe Buddha Anusati, kind of making yourself happy. Instead of agitating the mind, now you calm down yourself, tranquilizing yourself. Otherwise, say you feel lethargic, you feel drowsy, nodding, not having energy to do anything. So if you practice further concentration here, then you fall asleep or you go to kind of an unconscious state of mind. Mind go and hide. Not the thing to do. Rather you have to arouse energy. Maybe go to walk. Maybe start investigation. Maybe you can do a little bit of say noting, labeling. You have to arouse energy. You do some close examination, close investigation. So you have to arouse energy. So that is where Buddha mentioned, so this commentator mentioned here in Visuddhimagga. So once you are aware of these different spiritual qualities, so balancing is another level that we need to understand. It is not merely developing. Now it's a matter of properly controlling it, properly managing it. Say very much like you are driving a vehicle. At the beginning you don't know any of the minor things. You just want to recognize how to give gas and say drive it. Assume that it's a manual gear one. So somehow you want to somehow drive it. But later, once you are fairly familiar with it, now you know how to refine it, okay, what would be the most economical gear you have to drive? So likewise, certain refinements are there. So that is where when you are reaching Bojjhanga level, now you are fairly familiar with faculties, now you know spiritual qualities, and you have to again and again observe what is really going on, do a kind of a assessment. Accordingly, you do the little adjustments. So that kind of an equilibrium of the mind is available. Equipoise of the mind is available. It is not that you have to feel really happy, and again it is not that you have to be unhappy. Kind of fairly equanimous. Mind is in the middle, not agitated and not lethargic, not overexcited, not elated, and not feeling depressed either, not feeling worry. Rather maintaining very positive, calm, relaxed level of mind. And even through science today, they have revealed, so this is the most convenient way of mentality has to have for the brain's work. Now, they are talking too much about the physical things, no? So they have experimented about the brain. For the brain to properly function, so what is the best state of mind has to be maintained. Now, probably people might think, okay, if you have a very happy mind, that would be the best mental state for the brain's health. But it is not. So they have found, scientists have found, if you are able to maintain a fairly balanced mind, equanimous mind, not excited, not elated, or not depressed, but maintaining fairly balanced mind, then the brain is in good, well function, best function, most healthiest state of the brain. So therefore, the enlightenment factors, balancing them is another level. Here it is mentioned that proper understanding has to be there. So mindfulness has to be available every time to monitor. And then seventh, now we are coming to another level. Kayecha jivitecha anapekkatang upattapeti. So that means you are doing it without even concerning about the health, concerning about the life. Some actually have to do, because say many difficulties are there, a lot of obstacles are there, you are trying hard. And on certain occasions, but these are very rare by the way, you are well determined, strictly determined, okay, I am going to do it. Even I die, I am going to do it. Kind of a strong determination. You are giving up yourself and doing it. That is something that Buddha did. You know that just before his enlightenment, so he has determined, I am not rising up from this seat without getting enlightened. It is not something that we have to apply every day. Suppose that you come across certain defilements and you are handling it for a long time, you know how to handle it, again it happened somehow. Then probably you can get a kind of a determination, I am handling it today, without handling it I am not getting up. Certain such kind of determinations. Say if you refer commentary, certain such incidents are there recorded in Sri Lanka. Say some monks are going on Pindapata. Say a particular monk come across kind of a defilement. Say assume kind of a lustful thought or something like that. So he simply sits there, not continuing the this arms round. He simply meditates there without calming down the defilement. He is not getting up. So those kind of determinations were there among monks even when they were going on Pindapata. Because you know, Pindapata time is a time that you are exposed to many situations. Maybe women are there, maybe say animals are there, maybe incidents are happening and they have to go through a city. Unlike in the monastery, so you are in a very vulnerable situation. So prone to defilements. Even though while at monastery you feel calm, quiet, tranquil, there's a higher possibility you get agitated, defiled while in the outside. So you can understand how the mind would operate while being outside. So when a defilement arises, so at that very moment you need to recognize it, you have to calm it down, you have to work on it at that very moment. So sometimes monks therefore decided, okay, without handling it, I am not continuing my Pindapata. Strong determination. Very interesting. You can see how dedicated they are. There's another interesting thing called Gata Pachchagata Vata. Say you start with kind of a meditation object. Say you are doing Anapanasati or walking meditation. Say while going on Pindapata, you are going with it. You are maintaining mindfulness, for example. But in the middle you lose it due to some reason. Say you come across a beautiful scenery and you forget it. So returning back, don't have mindfulness. Another thing, say, when you start your arms round, you didn't have mindfulness, but on the way you are able to establish mindfulness. Another scenario is, say, you had mindfulness on the way, at the beginning, even in the middle, during the session of arms round, still you are able to maintain mindfulness, but on return you lost it. The best is that at the beginning you had it, on the arms round you are able to maintain it, on the way back, returning also you have it. So different levels you can see. So how to support your meditation technique even during the arms round. Now, in today's terms, suppose you are going to have something for your house. So you are going to the fair, to the supermarket. Are you carrying your mindfulness? While driving, can you carry your mindfulness, maintain your mindfulness? When you are getting down your vehicle, are you mindful? Suppose now you are entering the supermarket, are you mindful? Now you are watching different commodities available, different items available on the rack. Are you mindful? Many people are available. All are in a rush. Say you are going to this fuel station, are you mindful? People are anxiously waiting. They are all talking about politics. Can you maintain your mindfulness without getting agitated, getting provocated? Now fuel came, now everybody was excited. They are paying respect to the oil bowser. Can you maintain your mindfulness? These are difficult things, right? These are the things that we have to come across today. Can we maintain mindfulness? Can we look at our mind at least? At least calm down. So, the arms round is just one example given for monks. But so many other activities are available in our life, not just the arms round. While associating people, say you are going to the market, maybe participating in an event, being in a meeting, many things are there. As lay people, as monks, many things are there. So are we able to maintain ourselves without getting agitated? So it has to be very practical. So another one, tathacha abhibhuyya nekkammena. Now you have kind of an attitude of renunciation. Now this is not something immediately that we need to have, but later, slowly, so very much like you are practicing, aiming very much like relinquishment. Not at the very beginning, but slowly, now you know what's really going on, what's the proper practice, you have your own experiential knowledge. It is not that you are developing or practicing for to get some benefit benefit in the sense kind of praise from others, or to highlight yourself, or to have a lot of profits, or to become reputed. Rather, you are practicing because that's the way to do. Aiming Nibbana. So you are now very much oriented towards Nibbana. Especially it is happening, mentioned in the suttas, in the level of Bojjhanga. So you are practicing not to various other trivial means, trivial reasons. Rather, now you are fairly have your proper objective, noble objective, not trivial things. Because people are practicing for many reasons. One may be practicing because his neighbor is also practicing. Like a competition. Maybe because it's a fashion to participate on a mindfulness discourse, mindfulness session. It has become a fashion, style. That's today's topic. Maybe to get a promotion. So you are putting it as a certificate. I went through 10 days course at this particular place. So you have a certificate, you are producing it at your interview. You are given 5 marks. People are doing it even. Yeah, they are doing it really. They have courses. At the end of the course, they give you a certificate. It's a well-recognized institute. And they are producing that certificate at your interview. Many things are there. Now, mindfulness is something that you can earn. Many people are doing it for money. So, paid courses are there for mindfulness. So, you can have some dollars. Online courses. Very expensive. Really expensive. You can even you can look at the courses. Mindfulness courses, very expensive. Maybe, say even MBSR, for example, they are not doing it for free. Say if you are in US and you need to participate to a MBSR course, mindfulness-based stress reduction course, it is not free. 8 weeks course, you have to spend many dollars. So as a revenue that you can practice, can't you become a meditation teacher, mindfulness practitioner, mindfulness facilitator? Many terms are there nowadays. Some lucrative terms are there. And you tell, okay, I have the best-selling, you are the best-selling author. Many things are there. So many reasons to practice. But when one is coming to the Bojjhanga level, so you are discarding all these. You are not interested of all this nonsense, but you are practicing for the sake of practicing, out of gratitude towards the Buddha. Now you are well attuned towards the Dhamma. So you enjoy, you feel gratitude towards the Buddha. That is the faith. No one needs to encourage you. You are doing it. And more, your objective is now just calming down defilements, say removing defilements, keeping yourself more peaceful, not agitated. So you are now oriented more towards Nibbana, freeing yourself, not continuing in the samsara. So this is how, say, your practice is now more proper oriented. Not going for trivial reasons, but for noble reasons. So there the renunciation is not a big deal. It is not that you renunciate your lay life. Being a lay person, you are like a monk. Some people are like that. The opposite is also there. Being a monk, they are like a lay person. Now probably you can look at certain temples, very luxurious, even more than lay people. They have several cars available. I don't want to explain. You know better than me. Even though they are monks, living a lay life. But certain other side say they are living a lay life, but living like a monk. With, very calm life, tranquil life, not interested about parties, maybe not on ceremonies, not into the sensual gratification. They are quite still happy, contented, quite matured, but lay people. Exemplary life, being lay people. That is why even monks go and get the advice from them. Even during the Buddha's time. You can imagine, even during Buddha's time, certain lay people even advise monks. Certain monks ask questions. I can't understand this verse. Then the layperson give the proper meaning. That is what has happened to Chitta Gruhapati. Probably you have heard. Chitta Gahapati, the householder Chitta. So there's a very beautiful sutta called Patama Kama Bhu Sutta. Kama Bhu is the monk. It's a very good monk actually, practicing monk. And it seems like Kama Bhu, Venerable Kama Bhu and Chitta Gahapati, the householder Chitta, has a very good relationship. They are doing very deep discussions. So one day, this Venerable Kama Bhu putting a verse to Chitta, and he's telling, I can't understand this verse. Can you give an explanation? And even Chitta didn't know that it was uttered by the Buddha. He is verifying, is it really uttered by Buddha? Then Venerable Kama Bhu says, yes, it is uttered by the Buddha. Well, let me have a think, let me have a thought. Then he is the one giving the explanation. You can refer Patama Kama Bhu Sutta. That is where he tell Ekaro means sati. Ekaro is mindfulness. If you have been in Nissarana, you have seen that poster with a rotating wheel. Ekaro is sati, mindfulness. Chitta Gahapati, householder Chitta, is the one given the explanation. You can imagine. So certain lay people are very talented, very intelligent. Even Anathapindika. So he being a merchant, he has some philosophical discussions with other ascetics. So he participated into other discussions conducted by other ascetics, and he is presenting his view. That is a Buddhist view, Buddha's view, in terms of Dhamma. It is not a merely merchant. It's not a kind of a today's marketeer. He has some deep wisdom. So likewise, even though they are leading a lay life, they are like, say, ambassadors of Dhamma. And now, the last one, Antaracha Abhyosanena. So that means you are not stopping at trivial results. So some people say they are practicing Anapanasati and they get some blissful experience, pretty good, can spend several hours in that bliss, quite happy. They stop there. And you can even absorb to a particular jhana and really blissful, escape from all the problems in the society, and you meditate to achieve it. And you be there, enjoy it, and stop practice there. It can happen. So kind of a drug addiction. So it's a kind of escape. So you are alone and you can sit in your own cushion at your home and you get on to that concentration and you are cut off from all the problems of the world. You are quite blissful. Can enjoy. One result of practice. So on the other hand, say in your meditation you come up with various illusions. Maybe quite attractive. And you give a lot of emphasis to that, a lot of value to that. And next day you are sitting in order to get that. Very interesting experience. A real, very beautiful celestial being appear and he is giving you a lot of predictions in the future. Who is going to be the next president? How long this president will remain? So you are making a YouTube channel. Nowadays even people are doing that. So they do a lot of predictions. You can see how many monks are making predictions nowadays. How long this government will persist. What would be the next disaster? When would the World War III going to happen? How many people will remain? Many predictions are there. Even monks are doing, even nuns are doing, very popular. And some, maybe they start reading horoscopes, finding out auspicious times. What would be the best auspicious time for the presidency? What would be the best time to start a job, start a business? On the opposite, what would be the best time to spellbound someone? So many things. Maybe you start something through meditation, maybe say reading someone's fate. And you maybe even read his own past lives. You can start a business. And you get on to your own trance-like thing. And you can read someone else's past lives. Can read his future births, future events going to happen. And give predictions. These things are there. I mean, these things are not imaginary things. These things are still available today. I mean, these things probably, and even more than that, say, even psychic powers. Say, you can penetrate through the, say, walls. You can read someone else's mind. You can do predictions, as I mentioned already. So maybe, are we meditating for this? So these are the trivial things in a way. So that is why the last thing is not stopping at trivial things. So time to time during our meditation life, so certain, say, results may appear, and if we give overemphasis to them, if we give too much value to them, or sometimes even overestimate ourselves, we can go wrong. That's why we have to be very humble, live on the ground. Just understand, still I am vulnerable for defilements. I can't assure this mind. I can't give a certificate. I am not an arahant. So you are doing kind of a very humble job. Not assuring yourself. Because defilements are very cheaty, very tricky. Even Venerable Devadatta had psychic powers, you know. Now you know where he is. And so likewise there are many, say, wrong tracks we can get on to. And wrong milestones, wrong objectives. But in the Buddha's path, so these kind of trivial things, these decorative things, beautiful things, shiny things are not the goal, are not the objective. So that's why it has to be a very humble objective. So when one is practicing with proper mindset, so he may become get into more introspection. He is not looking at how others may think, how you are going to impress others, Rather, you think how my mind is operating. What are the things still going on? Where I get deluded? How my mind get entangled? How I get again stressful? How this get again tensed? What are more defilements still available? Where I have to further work out? So you are doing ongoing investigation. So it makes you more humble. Because how many defilements are available? You are working out for many years, still defilements are available. Like mountains of defilements. Years of practice, still prone to lust. Years of practice, still get angry. Years of practice, still feel jealous. Still get agitated. Don't you think that we have to be very humble? So that's why, so more you are going in the proper path, so you say, you can forgive others. Even you being practicing so long, you understand how vulnerable you are. How about then others who are not even practicing, who haven't even heard Buddha's word? Quite helpless. So that's why, not stopping us at trivial results, rather more continuing the practice till we achieve the past or the best goal. So even Buddha avoided telling that someone is a Sotapanna, someone is a Sakadagami, someone is a Anagami during first 20 years. Why? Nowadays, we want to have a certificate, no? Bante, am I Sotapanna? Not yet. Still not. I listened to so many discourses. I understood them properly. Can't you issue me a certificate? Now places are available to achieve